All right, picture this. One company just added nearly $500 billion to its market value in a single trading day. Not over a week, not after a big acquisition, in one day. Microsoft just put up the biggest one-day market cap gain in U.S. stock market history, roughly $450 billion, and the stock jumped about 16%. That's bigger than NVIDIA's previous record from last year. If you've been watching the AI trade and feeling that low-grade panic in your chest, wondering whether all this massive spending is about to blow up in everyone's faces, this week's earnings might have just flipped the script. Today, we're breaking down exactly what Microsoft's results told us, how they stack up against Meta, Amazon, and Apple, whether big tech's $700 billion-plus AI capital spending still makes sense, and what it actually means for regular investors like you and me who own these stocks through index funds or individual positions. This is for anyone between 18 and 50 who's trying to make sense of the noise without needing a finance degree. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have a clearer short-term versus long-term view and a practical way to think about it in your own portfolio. And hey, if this kind of no-jargon breakdown helps you, do me a quick favor and hit subscribe to Some Knots. It genuinely means a lot and keeps these videos coming. Here's the thing that actually moved the needle. Microsoft reported fiscal fourth quarter revenue of $90 billion, up 18%. Net income came in at $35.8 billion, up 31%, but the star of the show was Azure. Cloud growth hit 43%, the strongest pace since early 2022. For the full fiscal year, Azure crossed $100 billion in revenue, for the first time. And the forward guidance? Management said they expect Azure to grow around 45% next quarter on a constant currency basis. Wall Street was looking for something closer to 41%. That beat mattered. Why does this matter for you? Because the big fear was that Microsoft was spending so much on data centers and AI chips that free cash flow would evaporate. Instead, free cash flow still came in at $19.6 billion for the quarter. Down from a year ago, sure, but still solidly positive and well above what analysts expected. CFO Amy Hood basically said they expect to stay free cash flow positive in the new fiscal year too. Let's pretend you own Microsoft through an S&P 500 index fund, which most of us do. That one-day move alone added real value to your retirement account without you lifting a finger. The market was basically saying, okay, the spending is still huge, but the revenue is showing up faster than we feared. Shares closed up more than 15%, pushing Microsoft's market cap to around $3.35 trillion. The $450 billion single-day gain beat NVIDIA's previous record of about $441 billion from April 2025. To put that in everyday terms, Microsoft added more value in one session than the entire market caps of about 96% of the companies in the S&P 500. I know what some of you are thinking, isn't this just another bubble number? Fair, but the difference this time is the proof was in the cloud growth and the cash flow resilience. Investors weren't celebrating spending for spending's sake, they were celebrating early evidence that the spending is starting to earn its keep. Now flip the page to Meta. Same earnings week, totally different story. Meta's free cash flow collapsed 91% to just $874 million from $8.55 billion a year earlier. Operating cash flow was still strong at about $32 billion, but capital expenditures ate almost every dollar of it. Meta raised the lower end of its 2026 Capex guidance to $130 to $145 billion. Revenue grew healthy 28%, which is great, but the market hated the cash flow wipeout. Shares dropped around 8%. Microsoft is generating enough cash from the existing business to keep funding the AI build-out and still have money left over. Meta is spending so aggressively that free cash flow almost disappeared for the quarter. Both are betting big on AI, but one is showing clearer near-term returns right now. That contrast is exactly why the market treated them so differently. Amazon also reported solid numbers. AWS revenue jumped 37% to $42.2 billion, its fastest growth in 18 quarters. That helped calm some of the same Capex worries. Amazon is still spending aggressively, but the cloud engine is accelerating again. Apple, on the other hand, was more mixed. Revenue and iPhone sales were fine, but services growth and the China outlook were softer than hoped. Apple has been the more disciplined spender on pure AI infrastructure, which is why it's been one of the stronger Magnificent Seven performers this year. But the market is currently more interested in companies proving they can turn AI investment into accelerating cloud growth. So the scoreboard right now looks like this. Microsoft and Amazon are showing that cloud demand is real and growing fast enough to start justifying the spend. Meta is still in the heavy investment phase where cash flow is under serious pressure. Apple is playing a different, more measured game.
Let's zoom out. The four big hyperscalers, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, and Meta, are on track to spend roughly $700 billion or more on capital expenditures in 2026. Some estimates put the broader number even higher. That's an almost unimaginable sum. Is it justified? The honest answer is, it's starting to look more justified than it did a month ago, but it's not fully proven yet. Microsoft's 43% Azure growth and 45% guidance, Amazon's 37% AWS growth, and the fact that customer demand is still outrunning available capacity all point to real, not imaginary demand. Commercial remaining performance obligations at Microsoft jumped 84%. That's future revenue already contracted. But, and this is a big but, free cash flow is under pressure across the board. Meta's near wipeout and Microsoft's own 23% FCF decline show the cost is real. If growth rates slow or capacity overbuilds, this could get ugly. Huge disclaimer here. None of this is advice to go buy individual stocks. I'm an ex-advisor, not your advisor. This is about understanding the landscape so you can make calmer decisions with your own money. The semiconductor index jumped more than 8% on the same day Microsoft surged. When the biggest buyers of AI chips, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, reaffirm or accelerate their spending plans and show revenue growth, it acts like a safety net under NVIDIA and the rest of the chipmakers. Long-term, the question is still the same one Morgan Housel and others keep reminding us about. Will the returns on this capital eventually exceed the cost of capital by enough to make shareholders happy? We're seeing early green shoots, not the full harvest. So, is the AI panic over? Not completely. One strong Microsoft quarter doesn't erase the risk that some of this spending could turn out to be excess capacity later, but the panic dial got turned down a few notches because the companies spending the most are starting to show accelerating cloud revenue, and in Microsoft's case, still positive free cash flow. Here's the core philosophy I want you to walk away with. Your personal savings rate and your ability to keep buying low-cost, broadly diversified index funds month after month matter way more than trying to time every twist in the AI trade. The first 100K is still mostly a savings game. Automate your contributions, live below your means, and let the compounding of companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and the rest of the market do the heavy lifting over decades, not days. Money is a tool to buy you a freer, less stressful life. Watching a single stock add $450 billion in a day is fascinating, but it shouldn't change how you brush your financial teeth every morning. Track your net worth, keep your costs low, stay consistent. That's the part you actually control. Peace.